Morning everybody, and once again welcome back in today's class. Today we are on the day number 10 of this class, and we were discussing about the requirement analysis and design definition. Okay, so we done 4 sections in this area. One, specify the model. Second, verify requirement. Third, validate requirement. Fourth, define the architecture. So these 4 steps are related to the requirement only. And now the fifth step, we're talking about the design. Design means here design doesn't mean that you have to be do some architect kind of or the architecture kind of stuff. No, design here means the solutioning part, that what solution you are going to build and how it is going to be fit in this area. Okay, so in this particular phase, in this particular step, that is define design options, in this we will find the best solution approach. Let me give an example. Let's say I want to be integrate ServiceNow with the third party tool. Let's say Jira. Okay, now to integrate this platform, I have multiple options. Number one, I can build my own APIs. Number two, I can use any third party tool, might be some other company. I hire some other vendor, or I hire some, or I purchase some kind of API from other vendor, or I use the out of the box scopes given scope SPOK basically given by ServiceNow. Now to integrate this thing, there are three solutions approach. What is the best one? That we will discuss, that will define, and that will finalize in this particular step. And also in this, if you see the next step, it's saying analyze potential value and recommend solution. Means actual analysis part will be happen here as per the value, but in this we will see that what is the best solution method which can help us to achieve the business need, and that should be applicable across the requirements. It's not like for Jira I'm using a API and for Jenkins I'm building my own API. So solution should be work across the scoping part. Okay, and that is the reason there can be multiple ways to do. This is one example. Second example, let's say I want to make a very small example. I want to make a field mandatory in a form in ServiceNow. How many ways to do this particular part? Multiple ways. Client script, UI policy, business rule, ACL. Now these are the different solution approaches. What is be fitting here? That is important. Generally, we don't go up to this granular level because I know that this is the common sense in a developer that they should go with the low code or the no code approach. But the example which I gave for the third party integration, that is a big one because that involves a lot of things. So in this step, we find out the solution and it will be get evolved from time to time. Might be now business don't have much budget. Guys, we will build our own API. Down the line, 5 years, 7 years, we have a budget. Let's replace this code and commit with the out of the box functionality only. So this is what is important. The three inputs are there. Three inputs. Number one, requirement, which is validated and prioritize. Your change strategy, which we discussed previously, and your requirement architecture. how the two requirements are interrelated with each other. Now, when you define the solution, what is the main element here? Define solution, because here you are not finalizing it, here you're defining it. So when you're defining the solution, number one, it comes the approach. So in the approach, it says that solution should be built up or purchased or mixed. Simple example, it's my wife's birthday. Now I have three options. Either I can go to the market and get a cake. Second, I bake the cake, or I purchase the raw, or might be I can say the cake mix from the market, and rest I bake it at my home. So it means in this we have an approach that should we create the solution, should we purchase the solution, or should we do combinations? And these things mainly come when you are going to be do integration part specifically. Integration, or might be, let's say I want to be automate my incident management. Atul, so that's fine. Now the question can become, shall we go to ServiceNow, Jira, or some other tool to purchase it? Or shall we build it, a tool in our internal company itself? Now, don't be get surprised, even though these questions can become, because it's a solution. So the important part is that in this we define the solutioning part. Definitely we say, Atul, so why customer says we purchase ServiceNow, so that question go out. But suppose if you are a CIO of a company and you told to your business analyst, hey, I want to be automate my incident management process. So we have a good developers, let's build our tool. That is the reason if you go to the, when you work with the customer, sometimes the customer says, hey, we have an in-house tool. What do you mean by the word in-house? Means they build a platform, they build a tool for themselves only in their own company. So if it is anybody birthday in my family, I always do in-house baking because I know the baking. Anniversary, birthday celebrations, I bake it. So in this is important to be understand that we should approach means we should create or we should purchase or both. Once you find out that answer, see, again, I'm saying it is not finalizing it. It is just defining it so that you can give multiple options to your stakeholders. Then what is the chances or how to identify improvements? How to identify or area of identify for the improvements? That even though if I purchase, even though if I create, or even though if I go with the mixed approach, will it increase my efficiency? And how much? Will it improve access to information? Earlier, we have just the libraries, which is not easily approachable for a lot of people. Time constraint, office constraint. But now we have a digital library. Take a subscription, download the book, read it, and done. Means if I make a digital library, that access of information will be more better. And is this solution provide any additional capability? If you purchase ServiceNow with the ITSM Pro or ITSM Enterprise, you get 24/7, 365 days support. Additional benefits. Again, it's all about business. Once you finalize this part, then you identify that how I can allocate my requirements to these solutions. Means what my exact business need, what is my exact requirement, and in which area of this solution it is fitting up. Integration, we will build it. Automation will purchase it. So that is a requirement allocation. Because might be for automation you cannot build at your in your own company. So we purchase some tool. I give you the basic example, automation. Alarm clock is the best example of the automation. In the early days, what people say that the day has been started. We say that when sparrows or come out in the sky or this hook or hen give a sound, our ancestor think that day has been started. But are you sure that when they're giving a sound, it means it's a 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock? Sometimes it can be 4 o'clock, sometimes it can be 6 o'clock. So it get automated. We have alarm clocks. Then we have a digital alarm clock as well. You can put multiple alarms because in the standard clock you cannot put multiple alarms. But in the digital you can put the multiple alarms. What is that? That is what is your automation. Now can you build this tool in your own company? Then why we should spend so much time on this? It is easy to purchase. So you are allocating your requirement with the specific or with the different alternative solutions. I am again repeating my words. It is defining the solution, not finalizing the solution. So in these areas, your idea should be weird as well. Okay, once you get this particular part, then we have a design. We have to consider the describe design options. It means when we are designing describing the design options, we need to consider few things. Few things are same. Business policies. I should not purchase any platform or the tool where my data is going outside my country. That is a need. By purchasing this solution, by defining this solution, by describing the solutions, it is easy for my stakeholders to be maintained at the later on. Important point, because today you are just building it. I am a BA might be for 1 year or 2 years. After that, I will be moved from that project. Maintenance part is you only. So we have to be think on this perspective as well. Then the operational business decision to be made. And last, that what we are building, what we are defining a design as an option, it should be considered the terms of the organization structure as well, including the how this solution is going to be interact with the multiple departments. I'm purchasing a service now. Tomorrow, some other department say, hey, I want need some tool to automate my things. Then ServiceNow should work there as well. Because you cannot purchase multiple tools for the multiple departments. At last, it's all about the cost as well. And when you are defining this, when you're considering these points, you have to be consider the existing tools. What I'm using at point of time. At point of time, everything is done in the Excel sheets only. That is a solution only. What the future set look like? Fully digital transformation. Your requirement, which you were already traced, which you confirmed. And what is in the solution scope? When we got a SW sign, statement of work has been signed, it is clearly mentioned that we are looking for a solution only for the ITSM automation. So don't think about anything else as of now. You as a business analyst can recommend, guys, if you're purchasing this solution, make sure tomorrow you want to do automation of your business processes or might be your HR processes. So think on that perspective. It should not be the case that you have to be change the tool. And in this area, in these two steps mainly, one or two, the stakeholders are different. Here the stakeholders are not my end users or my I can say my customer. Here my stakeholder is mainly domain experts. Here my stakeholder is operational support who's going to maintain it. And here my stakeholder is the supplier from whom you're going to purchase that product or that service. Once you define it, then you are ready for analyze it. Now multiple options. And believe me, I tell you one more thing. Before reaching out to me, I'm very open on this particular part. Sometime I had a discussion with my candidates. Hey, did you ask anybody else about the training? Means before you're reaching out to me, did you inquire about other trainers as well? People say yes. We inquire about. That is what their design options. And that is recommended as well. Once they finalize, once they reach out to a different part, then they analyze the potential value. And here the important part is that potential value. Might be the day zero you think that this batch is going to give me a lot of knowledge, lot of information. That is your potential value. It can be possible. We told, right? You have a potential to do this thing. You have a potential to do this thing. What does this mean? That if you put efforts, you can achieve this. Like if we see some kid, he's playing very good or he has a good hold on the catching the ball or putting the ball in the basket. We say he's a good he has a potential. He can be a good player. He will become a player or not, that is the second part. But here it's a potential value that if I use this architecture, if I use this solution, if I build this solution, then what the value I can get it. And again, word potential is important. Because when you remove the word potential, that means you're confirmed that this value will be going, we are getting it. But this is not possible. Future is completely uncertain. So in this step, we are finding or we are analyzing the potential value of the different requirements and the finalizing the solution that this is the best solution we should go ahead. Because after this step, the next phase is a solution evaluation. Here we're not finalizing, recommending it. Finalizing will be done in the next phase. So as a business analyst, customer reach out to me. Atul, we want to go for the service now. Okay, good. Can you tell me that we should go for the cloud based or we should go on premises? Then I prepare a presentation with the both options. Cloud based, on premises. Give them a positive, give them a negative. And then I recommend. My experience says cloud based is much better. Mainly these things coming in the UAE, Dubai regions, specifically UAE regions, Saudi regions, because they don't want their data should go outside from their country. So they are preferably on premises only. So in this step, we are going to be check what is the potential value and what is the recommended solution here. Okay. And potential value, you can say it is kind of a benchmark. Like I saw in the market that if any company is implementing ITSM, they are able to save 20% of the human efforts on incident management within the 3 months. That is benchmark. This is just example. Now the company is saying use AI, Gen AI, or these chatbots or this one. If you use this, you will able to save 20 human hours in a day. That is benchmark and that is a potential value. But if I did not know how to use the tool, then I will not get that value as well. So in this, the important part is these two things. Number one, value. Number two, solution recommendation. Now, if I say, let's say again, take the same example. Sharmila want to purchase a new house, 4-bedroom. What value she will see? She will see the first element which she is the expected benefit. See, it is again not confirmed. Expected benefit, if I purchase this house now, it will be giving benefit later on because it is near to school, near to college, near to hospitals, and it is on the prime location. So she is expecting a positive value here. Value can be both positive or the negative. So in this part, what is the expected benefit? Expected benefit is that this particular requirement and this particular solution able to give the value what a stakeholder is looking for. This particular solution or this particular requirement should able to reduce the risk and make my system or the platform or organization as a compliant with the standards. Then I will say yes, this is a valid requirement and the solution is a recommended one. Why you guys are here? Because you have some expected benefits. Might be we can ask our practical scenarios in this training from Atul, or might be we can connect with him on the WhatsApp and can ask some more questions without paying anything else extra on this particular part. Expected benefits. Why I'm doing this training? Because if I give this training, number one, it will increase my knowledge. Number two, it will give me a content. Number three, it will give me a network as well. Expected benefits. So that is important to be understand very clearly that is what the expected benefit. Now, if a benefit come with the cost, and again expected cost. Now, when you discuss about the cost in the sense of the timelines, cost in the sense of the efforts, cost in the sense of the operating cost, cost in the sense of the maintenance cost, physical resources, digital resources, human resources. These all are considered as the expected cost. Someone says that BA are the overhead for a project because we don't do much. We are not developers. We're not building anything. We're just going, talking and coming back. Initially, this was a thought, this was a perception that business analysts are the overhead for a project. But now they realize the value. They see the potential value of a BA. And now we're not an overhead. Definitely we are part of the cost, but we are the part of the benefits as well. Developer architect can work on the development part, and BA is the one who will speak to the customer and get the requirement clarity. Once you have expected cost, then you have to be determine the value. Value कब आएगा? When you have a cost and the benefit. Shall I move? Now take example of this training only. You are paying plus you are waking up at the late as well. Paying is the cost. Waking up is the again a cost, but benefit you'll be getting. That is good. So your value is positive now. I still remember that initially first or second day when I talked to you, Angela or Josephine. No, Atul, we are happy to be stay late because we're getting benefit. We are getting a positive value from this one. It's not 100%, at least 5 to 7% we're learning new every day. So value can be your positive or negative both. If cost increase, then negative, benefit increase, then positive. But again, we have to be determined here. And this is again a potential value. Everything was going well. Suddenly a new technology comes that is called the this one Jilbil art something is there. Suddenly the market gets changed. Immediately market gets changed. Everybody start using that tool only. It's something Gorek.ai, something was there. See, you are building a platform and suddenly someone come in the picture. Potential value gets changed immediately because it is all about uncertainty in the future. But we consider these factors that market will be smooth, no recessions, business is there, funding is there, so we can have a positive value on this particular part. Now when you are getting the value, then you are finding the working on the solutioning part as well. And in this, we put that recommend solutions. And how you can recommend the solution? When you do the comparison. And when you do the comparison can be on the basis of the available resources. What are the resources available for this solution? Do we have any constraint on the solution? Okay, if I want to build the APIs my own, constraint is that there will be no support from any other vendor. Like if you build a custom solution in ServiceNow, a big custom solution I'm talking about, even though small as well, like you're building your own APIs. A lot of people put a question on the community, and that is a valid question, that how to integrate ServiceNow and Jira. The first answer comes, you can go and get the Spokes. We're not using integration hub. We are not don't have a budget in my company, so we can't do it. Can we build it? Yes. But if you build your own APIs and if you stuck somewhere, ServiceNow might not be support on that custom solution. This is what is the constraints. And is there independency between the requirements as well? Might be ITSM going live in Q1 or incident going live in a Q1 and change going live in a Q4, and both have a dependency. Will this solution work? So we have to be weighted. And when you're defining this part, you have to be consider these things. Mainly where are you and where you want to be go. And always a solution and the value come with the risk. Paisa dalo, if you put a money, you will get a benefit. You need 24/765 days support. I will charge 10,000 rupees per month. Give me call anytime. That is what is there. So once you consider these elements, you reach to the solution recommendation. And again, in this part, definitely we can use the different techniques like acceptance resolution, this thing, decisions, bench. In this, benchmarking play a vital role actually, specifically when you're deciding the potential value. For the solutioning part, your lesson learns are important because you as a business analyst implemented something similar in the previous accounts as well. Then you can use your lesson learns. And again, in this domain, my stakeholders will be sponsor because someone is going to put a money on you, or money on the solutioning part. It includes the regulators, the compliance bodies, statutory bodies. Is the solution going to be fit in this area? And also my end users or the customer, also one of the stakeholder here. You build a solution which has a very bad interface. People start rejecting it. Your value potential is going down. So these are the few things which we have to be considered. Now, when you finalize these things, okay, solution is there, requirement is there. Now let's evaluate the solution. Same example, Atul want to be go on the moon. Recommended solution. Connect with Elon Musk, connect with NASA, or let's build our own space center and own rocket and then send Atul to this part. And now that solution is getting evaluated here. Till now, no development is done. In this course, there is nothing about the development perspective that the stories are developed and my developers are picking up. No, it's all about to reach up to that level that when to start the development. So solution evaluation, as the name indicate, that you are going to be assess the solution. Recommended में दो आ गए. Same example, Sharmila want to purchase a flat. She has a 2 houses recommendation. One is on the north side, one is the south side. Now she has to be evaluate the same thing. Because in the previous step, you are just recommending, not finalizing it. And this is the last step of that brown picture. Solution evaluation. So in this, the major part which come, sorry. To evaluate a solution, we can do a POCs of concept. We can do beta releases, or we can do additional releases. तभी तो solution evaluate होगा. You want to change or you want to do the whitewash in your house. In the early days, what happened? You invite or you call that particular agency, they come, they show you something in the book, you select the color, it's done. But now they're smart. They come only with one iPad. And they design everything in their iPad and show the different colors. Ma'am, if you do this thing, your walls will look like this. The roof will look like this. The curtains will be, this is the best one. What you're doing? You're evaluating the solution. That iPad have a multiple stuff to be shown, multiple recommendations. And you are evaluating each and every recommendation now. So in this part, either you can go for the POC, you can go for the beta releases. Okay, let's release this for the 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, 2 groups, 5 groups, 7 groups. Let's just release a small mobile app version, and let's see what people inputs on this particular part. And then you can go for the operational releases. And in this part, we actually identify the limitation of a solution as well. Everything is good, it doesn't mean that it is everything looking good, it doesn't mean that it's a good. That 4 BHK house is very good. Prime location, offices, banks, hospitals, schools, colleges, all are near. But the drawback, it's on the running road always. And here the traffic jam is there. Negative solution, negative point. It's a limitation. So evaluate the solution, that are you okay to bear this for the lifetime? Tomorrow might be if you want to be put it this flat on the rent. Nobody will take it because of this limitation. So it is again my responsibility as a BA to inform to my customer that boss, this solution has these limitations as well. So now in this, we are going to do the 5 things. Number 1, measure the solution performance. Then analyze that performance. Then assess the limitations. And then add the enterprise as well, which we discuss on the day 2nd, enterprise analysis. And then finally, recommend action and increase the solution value. This is the last step where we say yes, let's go with this solution by evaluating the multiple things. So in this, the first steps goes measure the solution performance. Now, how you measure it? Sorry, in this part, what is the BACCM says? In this part, what is a change? Change is a recommendation about a solution. That is what is the change here. What is the need here? To evaluate a solution. That is a need here. And what is the solution here? Examine the performance. Examine the solution. Sorry, examine the performance of a solution. Is a solution here, that how to examine it, what techniques, what method we should use. That is what is the solution here. Now, if I come back here on the first area, measure solution performance. We have an objective. Yes, we have a implemented solutions, and say externally. It can be actually externally plus internally, both it can be possible. But externally, why? Because we are opting in, we are checking the others, we are checking the solutions part specifically, that what other companies implemented. To evaluate this part, the first element is the measurement can be done on the 2 parameters. What are the 2 parameters? How you will measure the performance of this batch? Either quality or either quantity. Quality means if you are able to reply few of the things in your company, in your team, in your group by using this knowledge, and people say, wow, you are intelligent. Sharmila, you are very intelligent. You know these things. We are not aware about this. Angela, you are intelligent. That is a quality one. Quantity, if it increase your pay, it increase your bonus, that is your quantity. So we see that if I go for this incident management automation, we'll be increasing the quality or the quantity. Mainly it should be go for the both sides. Quantity you can immediately measure it. Quality need time. If you are having a quality and quantity in the mind, definitely you should have. Then how to validate that part? The first is my solution measure. Second is my how to validate. This part. Because you have to validate as well. By implementing service now incident management, my agent efficiency increased 20%. That is both quality and quantity. But how you will measure it? How you validate it? So you have to put some criteria. How to measure the efficiency of an agent? Earlier, every agent is getting almost 10 incident reopen in a month. Now, after implementing incident management service now, it is reduced to 2 only. That is what the parameter of efficiency to be evaluated. So to be validate. Because validation is must. Requirement performance validation is must. To validate a requirement, we need a collection. Give me the data of the last 6 months and see how many incidents get reopened. This is your collection period. Every year we have a performance cycles. What is that? That is your collection over last 6 months or the year. In this, you will get a sample size, last 6 months data, last 3 months data. My customer says, Atul, I want to be improve incident management. Can you help me? Batao, how you help it? What you will do? For the BA, data is important. I said, okay, let me work on that. What I will do primarily, I will go and download the last 6 months data of the incident management, what they're using it. I will see how many incident have a short description properly filled, category not empty, assignment group is not empty, assigned to is not empty, resolution codes are not empty, resolution notes are not empty. This is the first part. Might be a simple to they're using it. This is what the way you improve it. I recently did this exercise for one of my customer. This is we want to improve the incident management process. I said, let me check. When I go through the incident process, I found they have some custom solutions. And in the meeting, I openly says, can you justify that? What is the reason you have this button? Oh, we have this button as well. We are not aware that who requested this and why we build it. Can I remove? Yes, go ahead and remove it. This is what is the collection. Sample size. Then frequency in the timings. How frequently you want to be tested? Sorry, how frequently you want to be measure it. And to do this particular part, we have these 3 guidelines. Sorry, these guidelines. Change strategy, future state. In this, they're not taking the current state mainly. Because current state doesn't matter. You're going to be evaluate the performance that is on the future state only. And in this domain, the primary technique which we use is called the benchmarking and the market analysis. That is the primary we use because that is the only way See his kid, very intelligent, good in sports, good in dance, good in instrumentation. This is what is a future state. This is what the benchmarking. The kid or the child is age of 9 months and above should able to crawl easily and able to sit. That is a benchmark. But is it required that your child also be do the same thing in that age? Yes or no? Both can be possible. So that is what is the technique. And also in this, my stakeholders are everybody. SMEs, customers, users, sponsors as well. Once you get the measurement, now you have to be analyze that measures. अभी तो सिर्फ we just have a data. Now I'm sure you're getting understanding. Atul, we're doing all these things, but this course, this book says that everything which you're doing has a different steps, which we're clubbing in a one go. Now in this part, we're analyzing the performance measures which we pick up in the last step. And what it says that it will provide you the insights. I collected the data of the last 6 months after implementing incident management. The facts are coming from that data is analyzing it because you have some target potential value in your mind. This is what is, and here you interpret the results which is coming from the previous measures. And while you interpreting, while you analyzing that part, the first and most valuable thing is what was promised. Means what is the solution performance versus the desired value. When I was purchasing service, now it was told to me that efficiency will be increased 20%, but I got only 5%. Important key area hai to. Means the previous value and what you're looking for. Are you getting this part? When the financial year started, every customer have a figures in the mind. This year we want to be go 2 billion revenue. That's the desired value. Year financial year started, quarter one done. Performance evaluation started now. We reach on the 500,000 now. We get 4 new deals. Good. We are near to the desired, we are approaching to the desired value. Find out that what went wrong in this quarter. Why we're not able to convert 4 more deals. What was the reason behind that? So that can be improved. So your solution performance versus the desired value. But when you're evaluating the performance measure, you have to be understand the risk as well. In this very small, because sometimes your solutions may uncover some new problem, new risk. जिसका आपको आइडिया नहीं था कभी. That is also can uncovered in this part. And might be this risk can be covered with some other skills or other methods. Now, once you find out the risk, then you have to find out the trends. Trend means how previously we are behaving and now what is the situation. Graph charts, pie charts, trend lines, spike lines, which tell you that how we are behaving in the last 1 year. Let's say it's like a three years. I'm using service now. First year it was down, second year was good, third year is again going down. These are trends. You have to be see the previous trends as well. Then the data you are collecting should be accurate. No biasness at all. If you put the biasness, if you change the data, it will create a problem for you. So no biasness in this part. And last one is performance variance. That how much it has been changed from previous to this value. And it can be based on multiple factors, external, internal, both factors can be there. Constraint, policies, everything can be matter here. So when you are defining their measures, you are analyzing your performance measures, then you have to be take the support of future state, risk analysis, and the solution scoping. And here again, the technique which we use is a benchmark. क्योंकि ये सब चीजें मार्केट से ही मिलती है हमें, ये previous benchmarks. Someone says, oh, we hired Angela. She set a bar now, yaar. She's so awesome BA. Tough to be beat her. She asked everything. She clarified everything. And her stories never get reopened. Quick development, all done. And now Angela is moving out from that project. Next person is coming. What do you say? You know, Angela, she set up very high expectations. You have to fulfill that. And then we start evaluating, analyzing on the basis of that bar, that what Angela said and what new person is going to pick it up. So in this, benchmarking is one of the basic technique which we use it. Also, sometimes we go for the interviews as well to discuss with the different people that what you think about the solution measures, performance measures. Are you happy, not happy? What need to be changed? What can be, what went wrong? What is right here? All the things will be there. And here, my stakeholders are majorly one. Majorly one, that is sponsor or my project manager as well. Because he's going to be the one who is actually managing all the whole project. Now you have a major solution, you have analyzing the performance measures. Assess the solution limitations. The solution which we recommended in the last step, we have to be assess that. Because when we are evaluating the solution, assessing the solution, we have to be see that if the solution is coming to us, what are the key blockers due to that I'm not able to get the full value of this solution. Or the top book says full realization value. I went to a restaurant for a dinner with my family. When you say that it is full worth it of the money, when your family enjoy the food quality good, ambience good, service good, sitting arrangement good, then you say yes, it is worth it to be go there. I enjoyed my time. So in this part, we are just evaluating the limitations of a solution. And in this implemented solution externally and solution performance. And when you are evaluating it, so first element in this evaluation. The first part is internal dependency. Internal dependency means that how a solution is going to be impact or affect the other departments as well. Because it's a one company only, one organization. 90s, when the computer was introduced in the departments, computer introduced one department, and due to this, internal dependencies are getting increased. Few people say, no, I will not use this computer. I will use my do my paperwork only. Dependencies are there now, and due to this, you're not able to realize the full value. You purchase service now, but only 2 groups are using the service now, or 2 departments are using service now, but you have 10 departments in your company. It means internal dependency is one of the biggest reason. And you're not able to realize the full value. Second, once you get a dependency, then you have to find out the internal problem. Why departments don't want to use the incident management process of service now? If in my family we are 4 people and we're not talking to each other, someone has to be come forward and start asking, okay, tell me, I asked my wife, why you're not speaking to kids? Kids, why not speaking to the mom? Why not speaking to me as well? Why your behavior is like this? That is internal problems. Investigate the internal problems, that what is the reasons, what is the problem statement here? Skill, resources, education, training, platform, tool. What is the problem here? And then impact. Due to this skill issue in my company, I'm not able to use service now because my half of the users are even not a high school pass outs, or half the users don't aware about anything about computers. Bigger impact. So you have to do the assessment, because in this step you are getting the solution limitation, that what are the core areas, because you have to be overcome these problems. Now this is your requirement, that you have to be overcome these solutions limitations. What solution you will give? Okay, we will start a training sessions every day, 1 hour about the computers. Until you will not solve this, you will not be able to make the solution fully working, and you will not get the full realization value. And in this, the core skills, the core techniques which we used is the lesson learned, is main. Second, have a risk analysis as well. Due to these problems, due to these internal dependency, there are huge risk. If people are not ready to accept the change, then who is going to be use this change now? So we have to be find out the solution for this one. Clear everybody? Doubt, question or clarification? Say yes or no. Hey, everybody's sleeping.
No.
You can't sleep. It's already day now, 6 o'clock. Okay. Now I have two options. Number one, we can continue for another 15-20 minutes because only two topics are left. One, this, and about this one. And we can close the course today itself because it will take maximum half an hour on the Monday if required. Or you want to be continue on Monday, not today. What do you think, Josephine and Angela?
Monday for me. It's already 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yes. Okay, no problem. Let's take a break. We'll cover these two topics or these three topics on Monday. That's totally fine for me. Okay, let me take a quick attendance and then we'll close the class for today.